Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tom Friend, and I am the founder and managing partner of Ash Elements. Ash Elements is a social responsibility token that we originally built on the ERC 721 contract. It was an asset-backed project. We shifted into a bearer instrument in order to move into the NFT delivery framework. I don't know, is anyone actually working on redeemables or assets tied with NFTs that can be put on a secondary exchange out there? Anyone? Because if you are, I would love to have a conversation. That's what I'm here with. Our regulatory clarity with the SEC pretty much stopped us in our tracks. But let me tell you about what we are doing. Yes, thank you for the laughter. We have a store of value and a redemption means. One of the things that we realized along this journey was that the ERC 721 construct of how we were able to nest our smart contracts cost about $12,000 in gas fees, which kind of put us out of the ballpark, right? Okay, so what are we doing? The mission of Ash Elements is basically to transform a liability, trash, the byproduct of electricity. The electricity comes from upstate New York here. We have hydro, we have nuclear, and we have coal. Coal burns, you make ash. That ash has rare earth elements in it. They're lanthanides. There's 17 lanthanides that ultimately are used in batteries, cell phones, in our displays that we're using right now. The goal for what we're doing is to put rare earth elements captured within the byproduct of waste on the blockchain to create a secondary market for refiners and recyclers. This is a problem we're trying to solve. Coal ash is dirty, and it's a problem. This is it. It's created by burning coal, both for electricity and for concrete, of all things. The problem is that the coal ash ponds are big fields that are dug down, and the coal is put into these, and ultimately the groundwater leaches, and you poison the domestic water supplies, and you'll see this throughout upstate New York and also where I'm from in the Carolinas, and it has polluted our watersheds. This is what it looks like when you have a dam break on the side of a levee. It's catastrophic. What we are trying to do is to draw people's attention to the lanthanides, which have tremendous value within technology. They are incredibly scarce in the United States. China has 80 to 90% of the production of these, and our reservoirs, our strategic mineral reserves are very limited. They're used in various different metals to make them harder, to make them conduct better, magnets to make them stick better. There's all sorts of different applications. But ultimately, this is where we're trying to get, is to beneficial reuse by using NFTs to encapsulate, promote value, promote investment, and get to a point where we can line basins, extract value. And in this case, we've turned a basin down in the Carolinas from a massive disaster into a solar farm that will be stable for a century. Right now, how non-fungible tokens can help. What we've gone out into academia, and there are all sorts of grants of how you can take lanthanides out of coal ash and refine them for industry. It's not perfected at a industrial scale. So what we've gone and done is go out and lock up those reserves that have the highest concentrations to create a market for those that would recycle the coal ash and in turn the byproducts. So how does the bearer bond construct fit into this? Well, the bearer bonds are a very old financial construct. They were outlawed in the United States in around the 1980s because of nefarious activities, much like you see right now within what's happening within the crypto space. There were a lot of bad actors, rug pulls, all that kind of stuff. But the wonderful thing about the legal precedent of bearer instruments is that there is centuries of legal precedent, not only in the United States, but in Europe. And if you are able to use the blockchain to provide the provenance of ownership with those that can have anonymity, but a protection of, yes, we know who you are, if needed, then we can go back and resurrect that instrument and continue on with it. And we see that the NFT is a wrapper that can do that in a very, very effective way. The speed and ease of redemption that we've come to understand on a blockchain like Wax. The encapsulation, the delivery, the rules that you can put around that are marvelously inexpensive, fast, and you can kind of make it cool by personalizing those areas that we're looking at. So that's it. Quick, to the point. The end story of our game right now was that we have met 12 times with both the SEC and the Commodities Futures and Trading Commission. The conversation has been marvelous, and I come from the financial industry, so I have a different focus on it. It's like the regulators are here to help us. They do an incredible job. I've gotten more free legal advice from the SEC than I could ever afford at the top attorney's offices here. And every time I've gone back, I've learned something. I'd have to go back into case law, read up, and come and talk. But ultimately where we got in this whole journey was what the SEC came back and they said, Tom and team, we cannot provide you legal comfort that in the future, based on current precedent within the securities exchange legal art, that we will not have to prosecute you in the future. Hence, that's where we are, and that is why I'm here to an invitation to anyone that is in a similar journey with me. I would welcome a conversation, and thank you for listening.